if he's right, but you know what he is right about? One Punch Man, because I heard the One Punch Man manga is going absolutely psychotic with Demon Time, Garo, and this, that, the third. Like,
bro, there's gonna be a little spoilers for the latest chapters, but One Punch Man. If you're not reading One Punch Man and you're a manga reader, what are you doing?
Jeez.
Yo, One Punch Man has the best art I've ever read in a manga.
Damn.
Like, not even close. Like, I think the second would be Tokyo Ghoul, but One Punch Man is so good. It is literally peak shonen. Yo, Ramsey.
Peak shonen. That's a pretty big
shonen battle series, bro. Like, when it comes to the fights, it just does not. It doesn't do wrong. It just can't do wrong. It's just so good. I may be sounding a little bit biased, but Ramsey, you need to get on it too.
Listen, guilty as charged. I have not read the One Punch Man manga. Honestly, I'm not really even much of a manga reader at all. I kind of like manhwas. I like the scrolling like up and down experience more so than the panels. I don't know. It's just, maybe you agree with me. It's just easier to just flick or just scroll up and down. I don't know. Maybe I'm lazy. I'm just an American.
There is some sites that make it go up. So.
Oh, really? You see that? You see what you trying to do to me? Jesus. But like, so what's going on in One Punch Man that's going so psycho?
The One Punch Man right now, everything that like Saitama, if you guys are not unfamiliar with Saitama, his name like corresponds with the show One Punch Man. He is usually in regular shows, we follow the main character going through the journey to become the strongest. He's on a staircase to greatness. Saitama, we started on episode 1 and he's already peak. He's the top of his verse.
Peak.
Yo.
And nobody knows it. That's if you've watched One Punch Man, that's part of the appeal. It's like you have the OP character, but nobody really knows he's OP. He just accidentally shows glimpses of brilliance to society, and then only like the people closest to him, like his underling, knows how absolutely insane he is. Like, he has the apprentice Genos, who's S tier, and he's C tier. He joined as C tier or something.
It's like Saitama, like, it just showed like the show is so good at like flopping expectations, because like there was like early on there was like an exam, and it's like, okay, you do this exam and then you can become a hero. Saitama absolutely destroys all the physical exams. Even the examiner's like, yo, he broke every record. It's like there's a god residing in his body. And they still gave him a C class because he did bad on the written.
Yeah, he did bad on the written.
That's also show society. It doesn't matter what your capabilities. Whatever you like can do on a paper and jot down, that was society shows that like that's your ability. And One Punch Man kind of shows it. Like, even though you could be as great as Saitama, just because of your ability to write what you're able to do on a paper, determined basically his success. But segueing into that, the latest chapters have been like the epitome of like what Saitama's character is.
Explain that.
So Saitama, having gained everything, he's lost everything. Damn. Meaning his emotions.
That's a bar.
Saitama has gained all the strength that he's wanted, right? But in turn, he lives in a ever-living state of boredom. He feels like, because he's achieved everything, what else is there to do? He's on the cusp of depression to nihilism. Like, he's just not caring. I've been doing a reread of One Punch Man since reading like the latest chapter, and Saitama, after he is bored, like he wants a challenge, like the thrill of like battle and the accomplishment is gone. So he joins a martial art tournament. This happened in season 2.
Oh, and yeah.
And he
with the wig,
yeah,
with his wig, he's trying to find somebody strong.
After he finishes the tournament, he's like, I won with no difficulty. Like, what was the point of me doing this? And then he's going around and he's seeing all these dead monsters after the tournament. He's like, oh man, what? I'm supposed to be a hero. I'm supposed to am I supposed to just beat monsters so that I can be a hero? And then he catches himself. He's like, wait a second, I didn't become a hero because to just defeat monsters. It's like I'm missing something. What am I missing about myself? And he's having this whole like crisis. He's like, yo, I'm doing all these things, but I just didn't gain a thing. And he goes and he talks to this other class, this other class S hero, which is kind of like the parallel of him, but the weak parallel. To everybody in society, he's seen as the strongest man. He holds what Saitama's title should
King?
be.
King? He's
Yes,
king.
But he's the weakest. So he's like the opposite. So he has like some of the mental fortitude that Saitama wants, he lacks. And he tells him like, yeah.
So funny, he has none of the strength.
Like, yo, you should be, what's it called? You should go towards like trying to be the top. Like, you've reached the top of strength, but have you reached the top of like society and stardom, like as people recognizing you? Now this goes segues because Saitama feels, because of his lack of like just determination anymore and his lack of caring, every time he goes to any battle, he's always late. And he's told generals, is like, oh, you always arrive on time. He's like, nah, I'm always late. And I'm rereading through the show, and it's true. Like, he's always like, man, I'm always late. Man, I'm always late. In the latest chapter, it all comes back. Oh. Basically, this is the main antagonist, Garo, which he is, in One Punch Man, he is very, very well written. His whole thing is that he hates society because everybody is like a competition. Like, the people who are at the bottom, they don't get nothing. Like, they are
the haves and the have-nots.
And he feels like people at the top need to help the bottom, but they're not. And even the people at the top, they need to work together, but they don't. So he feels that he needs to become the ultimate evil, so that, kind of like Lelouch, so that everybody is focusing on him and they come together. But in the One Punch Man, he's gone too far. In the One Punch Man verse, there's this person called the Monster God, and he is like, he's basically, I think he's going to be the endgame villain, and he gave Garo a tap of his power. And
if that's just a tap, I don't know what the heck the actual Monster God going to be like. Cause
he gave him a tap of the power, and he's able to just copy any move, any like natural occurrence in the universe.
Dang. And like a buffed up Kakashi or something. What the heck?
Bro, it is. And him, just by existing, he's emitting cosmic radiation. Just like, so basically, if you stand next to him, you're going to die of radiation. You're just going to get cancer and die. And basically, Genos, his disciple, he has a last stand where he tries to headbutt Garo. And Garo, because Garo had faced Saitama before. But Saitama, he's fighting this threat. This threat could end the world.
Are you talking about like when he chopped him? Or are you talking about a different fight?
No, this is a current fight.
Oh.
So, what's it called? Saitama was fighting Garo before when Garo awakened, and he was like becoming like a radiation like cesspool.
Jeez.
And he what's it called? He was like copying Saitama. Saitama is known for ending everything in one punch, but Garo is able to take punches. But Saitama, remember how I said like he just doesn't care anymore?
Yeah.
Even though this is a threat that can end lives, can end the world, Saitama just doesn't care.
Jeez. Tough.
He's just like, oh, I promised the kid that I want to kill you, even though you see how much of a threat this guy is.
Yeah.
And now it gets to the point, Saitama, he gets blasted away. Like, Garo hits him with this like thing called a gamma ray burst and blasts him away. And now Garo is able to go and mess with the freaking what's it called, the S-class heroes, and cause casualties. Saitama could have easily punched it away or just dodged it or ended the fight, but instead, because he just focused on trying to fill his boredom, or just doesn't care, it leads to like the consequences that they see. Genos, he tries to stop Garo, and Genos ends up getting, spoilers, he gets donuted.
Yo, not the donut, the anime donut, bro.
Shout
out my boy Rengoku. If you know, you know. Salute.
But what's it called? Saitama shows up, and Garo is like, aren't you a bit late? Going back to all the times he's late. But now his constant mistake of him being late,
actually,
now it's meaning something. And this is the first time we see Saitama take damage, emotional damage. He's like showing that he's like depressed. He's like anger for the first time. And we finally see a determined look. He's like, Saitama questions himself. He's like, do I really have hero intuition? And he flashes back to him talking to Genos. He's like, Genos is praising him for, oh, you're always on time. Like, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, I always arrive a bit too late.
And then it ended up actually being
because
late.
Usually even when he's late, it doesn't matter. I mean, either the monster's dead, or he could just
Just
destroy
hit it one
easily.
time and just
But yeah, now
Garo's just a little teensy bit different.
Yeah.
just a little bit.
now Garo is facing off with Saitama, and Saitama for the first time he leads it off with the strongest move that we think, instead of just not
the
playing
serious
around.
fun.
Yep. And so now we're starting to see a turn, like a moving gear of Saitama. Will Saitama finally work towards actually being a hero? Go back to what he wanted to be before he lost his hair, before he gained unlimited strength? Will he go back to that? So that's what I'm looking so forward to the next chapter.
When is the next episode drop?
I think it drops every 2 weeks. So, or sometimes the writer, he's so goated, he would just drop it early.
Jeez,
so
goated.
Hopefully, I'm just hoping that the next chapter drops, because you'll see on the screen, but the art is just so beautiful for everything. Like, I don't know if y'all can see, but
I'll just put it on the screen. I'll edit it in the video. What is it though?
It's Cosmic Garo. It's Garo's current form right now, and it is so, like, the author also colors his his art, and it's just so well done. He doesn't color everything, but he colors, like, sometimes he'll like color
stuff?
panels, or he'll color the cover page. But it's just so good.
Jeez.
So good.
Listen, sound like everybody got to get on that One Punch Man, including me.
Both the ones, One Piece, One Punch Man, hitting different.
Yo.